I don't know if you've seen this or not. I'm gonna play it for you. It's a clip from his former coach.
Who, Doc
If a
Rivers?
GM called you to get your opinion on James Harden, you would say what?
That's maybe the best question someone's asked me when playing right. And if you watch, I tell everyone, go back to the first half of last year.
Yeah.
Where he gave himself to the team. Then we were the best team in the NBA for a 10, 20 game stretch because James was being a point guard. And if you can keep him in that and not want to chase numbers or wanting to score, the thirst of scoring, then you have a terrific player.
Yeah, but what changed, though, Doc? What changed? He was playing perfectly, I thought, for you guys.
Yeah, he really was. I would say not making the All-Star team really bothered him. And, we had our ups and downs from that point on. It's funny about our relationship. It was an honest one. I'll tell you that. It's probably why I'm doing TV right now.
So what you think about what Doc had to say about old James over there? He's he wanted to be that superstar. We talked about it on your show before. That James wanted to be the man again, and then Doc is pretty much confirming that.
Doc Rivers is. I'm not going to sit up here on your show and act like I know more basketball than Doc Rivers. Like, I'm not even going to begin to play that type of game on your show. But I just totally disagree with Doc Rivers. I'm totally on the opposite end of the fence, and we talked about this, like you said before, on my show. James Harden, to me, right now, needs to go back to that score first. James Harden. All of this point guard facilitating James Harden, what we've seen him do in Brooklyn and in Philadelphia. To me, that's been the problem. I know generally with any other player, you would love to have a player expand his game. But every time we've been having an issue with James Harden for like the last 4 or 5 years. And what has been the common factor? It's been this new role that he's accepted.
Right.
So, Doc Rivers, to me, I don't want to make it seem like he don't know what he's talking about. He was coaching James Harden with James Harden every day, but I just disagree. I just feel like James Harden needs to go away from that facilitator point guard role, even though he plays it good. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's a terrible point guard. He's not a mistake maker, but they need that high 30, 40 point night from James Harden more than anything.
That's what I shortened the clip out just so we can kind of get some of the gist of it. It was but in the interview he talked about James was upset he didn't make the All-Star team, and then after that he started saying, "Hey, let me come in with the second unit." And he said basically he knows what that means. I want to score and just go ham because they disrespected him for being an All-Star and being the man again. And that's basically what he wants to do again. He wants to get back to that MVP James Harden, like you were saying. That we seen he was capable in that game one of what was that? Was it the semifinals when he put that 45 on him?
Yeah, but we talking about James Harden. One game in the playoffs don't mean anything when you look at the failures that he's had in the postseason. Like, he's gonna have to give us a way better sample size than that.
Right. But he wants that superstardom back. Like you're saying, he wants that MVP level.
I don't think he lost it. I don't think he would be an MVP again. But as far as what got him that MVP award, he's totally went away from that style of play.
Right.
And I think he was asked to do that. And I think he embraced that role. And like I said, he's a decent facilitator. But they have lost every year and he has not been comfortable nowhere. And you just got to really think about what is the one common thing, what is the one common denominator every year that we don't see no more with James Harden. And it's that score first mentality. If Joel Embiid got a problem with it, oh, well. Joel Embiid, you have won nothing here in Philly since you've been here. And you're not going to win anything alone. James Harden should have snatched that role and ran with it, whether Joel Embiid liked it or not. I think James Harden coming into this trade midseason just wanted to, ingratiate himself. He didn't want to ruffle any feathers. He figured this was Joel Embiid's team. Nobody was going to go against that. And he tried to fit in. And it just, to me, I think it's his sacrificing his greatness. Let this guy do him for real.
But I thought that was interesting that he admitted that publicly because that was rumored that that's what got him fired, and pretty much James wanting to take over the ranks
That,
again.
you really believe that got him fired, Doc Rivers?
It was part of it. It was part of it. We know when losing game sevens is a big part of it too. He kept losing.
That's all. That's it. That's it. That's the James Harden had no relevancy, and Doc Rivers was on the hot seat from the start. This guy was a laugh. Respectfully, even though he won a championship, people was losing taking a lot of respect off of his name. So we knew going into this postseason, Doc Rivers was really make it or break it. He was gonna have to go far with Philly in order for him to keep his job. Using the players, not with Doc Rivers, because he's had too many failures in these moments. Too many. There's never been another coach fail as much.
Los Angeles, Philly. Did he do? He lost game 7 in Boston too, right?
I don't. It's just been too many. I don't even know. It's just been too many.
I know. Of course,
he's at the top of the food chain. That's all I know. He's at the top of the food chain. So, and he ain't coming back. He's on TV now, like he said. He's basketball knowledge is through the roof. I think he'll be good where he's at.
Yeah, he don't. I think he's tired of it too, having to go through those losses, and then of course they always saying that he's the main blame, and he is. He go through that many
young
losses.
boys, bro. He can't. He lucked up with KG, Paul Pierce, and those guys. He lucked up then.
That's the championship.
That's what I'm saying. Outside of that 2008 season when those guys fell in his lap, what has he done?